another episode of Courtney Capone. This episode is about the toe tapping, finger popping, jazz sessions churches y'all got. Dumbasses. Look, my church refused to send my dad off. He died, and they said no. So we went to the funeral home, and they sent my dad off pretty good. But my church refused to. And my great-grandmother went to the church. My grandmother, my family went to this church. And back in the day, they kept begging for money while they were building it. Well, we had a hiccup. We need more money, and dig deep. We need more money for our new church. We built the church, moved into our new church, and my dad built the pulpit, made it for the church. And my dad died, and they refused to service him. And back in those days, they called my dad Brother Rice. Yeah, right. Just a fucking scam. My mom was devastated. And guess what? We had a church, but my mom, the church did not do her services either. So let's go back to the Bible a little bit. Nowadays, churches, you got all kind of shit going on. Give me this, give me that. The church, give me, and I will teach you the Bible. The people nowadays, they pay preachers, the clergies, whoever. One guy, they pay $5 million a year to listen to him read the Bible to you with twists, with a twist here and a twist there. And then some churches, they got piano, organ, one or two choirs, guitars, drums, flat screen TV, and a nice twist. And they read the Bible to you. Now this is how it really was. Years ago, people didn't know how to read, and we had a Bible reader, which was Underground Railroad for the Bible. People thought the Bible was mythical, and they wanted to learn, and people learned how to read from reading the Bible from the one that was brave enough to come around and read the Bible to you. But back then, most people didn't know how to read. And then, for black folks, it wasn't allowed to. If you knew how to read, you died, or got punished and beat, or tarred and feathered. So make a long story short, it went like this. They didn't know how to read. So they were teaching the Bible the best they could, and the terminology was not correct, but the thought was there, and the thought of good was there. So nowadays, people could read. I mean, you can actually go to fuck home and read the Bible. But when you go to church, whoever the fuck reading you the Bible, they go like this. Hey, read this, blah, 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 blah. Oh, go to this part, and blah, 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 blah. And then twist it over here, and blah, 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 blah. And then say a few nice words and a whole lot of God, and he will fuck you up if you don't donate your money. We want 20% of your income and all this bullshit. And you dumbasses are believing it. Now, I wonder why you got these preachers out here. Some get $5 million a year, some get $3 million a year, even one get $11 million a year, I think. Well, what my question is, you dumbasses, you know how to read. So why the fuck you want to listen to the preacher read you the Bible for $5 million, and you could go home and read the fucking Bible for free? I don't get it. He's a man of God, right? This other preacher, he wants a brand new goddamn jet so he could, ooh, you know, it's just all fucked up. Now I'm gonna tell you, the ending of this story is, you know, you got the finger popping, toe tapping church with all kind of music, flat screen TVs and shit. You know, Jesus did this back in the day. He walked in and they got all this shit going on, and they doing this and they selling this, and then they selling women at the back door, and then they selling trinkets, and they doing all kind of tricks and shit for money. And Jesus walks in and he says, man, not in my Father's house. And he flipped out. That's the only time I know Jesus was really flipping out. So, I tell you what, the church you go to, and the man you give $5 million a year to, if Jesus walk in the door, he's gonna flip out on your ass. He's gonna tell you the same thing he told the motherfuckers back there. Not in my Father's house. Hey, slap that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe. This is Courtney Waa Koo.